Hey, you might be interested in this. If you want to pass the CISM exam in as little time as possible, you might be interested in our boot camps. In just 4 days, we cover everything you need. A lot of people go through the boot camp during the week and then take the exam the very next week successfully. Or if that sounds a bit too intensive, take a look at our master classes that adapt to what you know so that you only study those topics and concepts that you need aligned with the exam outline in order to confidently pass the exam itself. If you're interested, the links are in the description.
Understanding organizational structure and the distribution of roles and responsibilities forms the foundation of effective governance and risk management. When we examine how organizations function, we discover that success depends on clearly defining who does what, who answers for outcomes, and how different roles interact within the governance framework. In information systems management, it's like herding cats in suits. The tech has to line up with business objectives, while oversight keeps everyone from clawing the furniture. Roles explain the job description, but accountability decides who gets the phone call when things go sideways. Accountability represents ultimate ownership of outcomes and decisions. The accountable party bears final responsibility for success or failure and must answer to stakeholders when things go wrong or objectives aren't met. While many may share responsibility along the way, clarity comes from knowing exactly where it ends. That's the principle behind where the buck stops. This classic phrase captures the essence of accountability perfectly. There is always one final decision maker who cannot pass responsibility upward or sideways. In governance structures, identifying where the buck stops prevents confusion during critical decisions and ensures clear escalation paths. This person or role must have both the authority to make decisions and the obligation to answer for their consequences. A fundamental principle of effective governance states that accountability cannot be shared or divided. It must rest with a single entity. If accountability defines who owns the outcome, responsibility defines who gets the work done. Responsibility involves the actual execution of tasks and activities. Those who are responsible perform the work, implement decisions, and carry out day-to-day operations that move the organization towards its goals. The doer represents those who execute tasks and perform actual work. Through their expertise and day-to-day effort, these individuals and teams move strategy off the page and into practice. Unlike accountability, responsibility can and often should be distributed amongst multiple individuals or teams. Complex projects require diverse skills and parallel work streams, making shared responsibility both practical and necessary. This distribution allows organizations to leverage specialized expertise, balance workloads, and create redundancy for critical functions. The key lies in coordinating these multiple responsible parties effectively while maintaining clear reporting lines to the single accountable entity. Accountability sets the tone and responsibility drives the action. But without defined roles, it's just noise. Roles create the framework that keeps it all in tune. Defining specific roles and their associated responsibilities creates the operational framework through which organizations achieve their objectives. Each role carries distinct duties, authorities, and expectations that must align with organizational goals while maintaining appropriate separation of duties. First of all, executive management sets strategic direction, allocates resources, and ensures organizational objectives align with stakeholder expectations. Next off, information system professionals serve as the technical backbone of modern organizations, designing, implementing, and maintaining the technology infrastructure that enables business operations. Their responsibilities extend beyond technical competence to include risk assessment, security implementation, and ensuring systems align with business requirements. Then, Owners hold ultimate authority over assets, systems, or processes, making decisions about their use, access, and disposition. Among other roles and responsibilities, auditors provide independent assessment of controls, processes, and compliance. Think of them as the quality control squad, making sure the machine runs as promised, pointing out the wobbly parts, and handing over the fix-it list. Last, but definitely not least, users interact with systems and processes to perform their job functions, following established procedures and security protocols. Clear roles are great, but without a structure, it's just organized chaos. That's where reporting lines and decision-making hierarchies come in. Organizational structure defines reporting relationships, decision-making hierarchies, and communication channels that enable coordinated action. The C-suite structure has evolved to reflect modern business priorities, with traditional roles like the CEO and the CFO now joined by positions addressing technology, security, and marketing. This evolution reflects how organizations must balance traditional business functions with emerging challenges in digital transformation, cybersecurity, and customer engagement. With that in mind, the CEO or Chief Executive Officer leads the organization, sets the vision and strategy while maintaining ultimate accountability to the board and shareholders. The CFO or Chief Financial Officer manages financial planning, risk management, record keeping, and financial reporting for the organization. The CSO or Chief Security Officer oversees physical and information security, protecting organizational assets from internal and external threats. Another chief is the Chief Marketing Officer. This role drives marketing strategy, brand management, and customer engagement initiatives across the organization. Finally, the Chief Technology Officer guides technology strategy innovation and technical infrastructure development to support business objectives. While C-level officers set strategic direction, clarity at the operational level requires more structure. RACI matrices clarify roles by defining who is responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed for each task or decision. Let's start from responsible. The responsible party performs the work to complete tasks. Multiple people can share responsibility for execution, working together to achieve deliverables while coordinating their efforts effectively. The accountable party owns the outcome and makes final decisions. Only one person holds accountability for each task, ensuring clear ownership and preventing confusion about who answers for results. Next off, consulted parties provide input and expertise before decisions or actions. Think of them as the critics in the balcony. They don't run the show, but their perspective makes it better. Wrapping up the RACI framework, informed parties receive updates on progress and decisions. They need awareness of outcomes for their own work, but don't actively participate in the task execution or decision-making process. Clear roles and responsibilities create order, but structure without principles can still go astray. That's why ethics are essential to guide behavior and decisions, and they will be the last major piece we'll be talking about in this video. Ethics establish moral principles and standards that guide professional behavior and decision-making within the organization. The fundamental ethical principle of doing no harm requires professionals to consider the broader impact of their actions on stakeholders, systems, and society. This means actively preventing damage through careful planning, risk assessment, and choosing courses of action that protect rather than endanger. It extends beyond avoiding obvious harm to considering unintended consequences and long-term effects of decisions. Regular review and acknowledgement of ethical codes ensures professionals remain aware of their obligations and standards of conduct. This process goes beyond mere compliance. It reinforces ethical thinking in daily decision-making and creates accountability for behaviors. Ethical principles serve as behavioral compass points, helping professionals navigate complex situations where rules may be unclear or possibly conflicting. Policies may change, but principles are always the North Star. They help professionals navigate gray areas without losing integrity or the trust of others. And that is an overview of organizational structure, roles and responsibilities within Domain 1, covering the most critical concepts you need to know for the exam.
As a quick reminder, if you'd like to make studying for the CISM faster and or easier, we'd love to help. Whether it's through our intensive boot camps or online master classes. The links are in the description. I'll see you in the next one.